it's Izzy here, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever Friday read. So if you're not familiar with what that is, I'm just going to be talking about the books that I am currently reading and what I'm going to be reading over the weekend, since I don't really do reading vlogs like every week how a lot of booktubers do. But I still want y'all to know what I'm reading, what I'm thinking of the books I'm reading. So let's get into this video. So the book that I'm reading today and will be finishing today is The Girls by Emma Klein, or Klein, I'm not sure. So this book I would highly recommend if you are a fan of Daisy Jones and the Six. That was one of my favorite books this year, and this book gives similar vibes. But let me tell you, this is an adult book, so there are a lot of trigger warnings. Look on Goodreads if you want to know which ones exactly, because there is a lot. This book is very dark. It is, okay, so it takes place in the summer of 1969 in Sonoma County, which is in the Bay Area wine country of California. So we start with our main character, Evie, who is 14 years old. So that's very young, but these were completely different times. America at this time was at war in Vietnam, and just the hippie movement happening. It was a completely different time. But she comes from a wealthy middle-class family. Her grandmother was a famous Hollywood actress, and so her mother got like all that money, and then the dad is basically just like mooching off the mom, and so not really a good at-home life. And one day she's at this park and sees all these girls who just are different, who have long hair and all of that, and she's just amazed by them, and she's constantly thinking of them and wondering who they are, what their story is, and all that. So this book is about a cult that forms with the leader Russell, I forgot his last name, it starts with an H. But this book is really good, and I am really enjoying it, and I am 293 pages in, and I have like 2 chapters left. It's 2 chapters and then just a few pages that aren't in a chapter, because we go between, I'm assuming I'm gonna say it's from the 90s to modern day. It doesn't exactly say, but we have Evie then, and then we have the summer of 69, which is the actual chapters. So I'll show you. See, we have some of these, which if it doesn't have a number is modern day, and then if it has a number, it is in the summer of 69. So I am really enjoying this book, and I'm really glad that I'm reading it right now, because next week I do plan on seeing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which that movie comes out today, but I have anxiety about movie theaters, so I don't like one on opening day when the movie theater is packed. And sometimes it's really hard when you don't want spoilers. This I'm not worried about, but It Chapter 2, I'm so worried I'm gonna get spoiled, but I don't want to go on opening day, especially for a Stephen King movie, because I feel like a ton of people are gonna be there. But so this is basically Charles Manson, but different names. Instead of Northern California versus Southern California, there's so many similarities between the two. So if you are curious about the Manson murders and all that, I do recommend this book. And if the Manson murders are something that fascinate you, and the 60s in general, I wish there were more books in the 60s, because I mean, I haven't read anything from the 60s. I've read things from the 70s, but nothing in the 60s. Well, The Great Alone may be some of the 60s. If you like The Great Alone, I think you would like this as well. So The Great Alone and Daisy Jones and the Six, if you liked those books, I think you would like this book. So I am very much enjoying that, and I should finish it today after I film and edit this video. So our next thing, on Saturdays, I like to read comics, but I haven't been able to really this month, because I will like miss a day of reading in the week, and I will go and read the chapters that I missed and read them on Saturday. But this book has been so good that I probably won't. I'm going to finish it today, so I don't have to worry about that. So the comic that I'm going to be reading is Saga Volume 2 by Brian K. I would say Vaughan, but apparently that's not how you say it. People say it, but I don't remember how you say it. and Fiona Staples. I love the Saga series, even though I'm only on volume 2. The art in this is just so beautiful. But again, this is a very dark comic and it has very adult themes, so just be aware of that going in. But I do really enjoy it. It is basically Star Wars meets Game of Thrones. It's very violent and everything, and I mean, he's covered in blood on the cover. It's aliens. It's a Romeo and Juliet story with 2 warring planets with 2 different types of aliens. I guess they look very different. Like, he has the horns, and I'm pretty sure that's the girl. She has wings or something on her back. I'm not sure what to call that. But I just love the coloring and the art style in this, and it is a very good series. So on Sundays, I read a book. I do a series or something. Like, I read the Song of Ice and Fire. I would try to read 3 chapters every day, but just those chapters are so long that I would just read like 3 on Sunday. And I did that with It by Stephen King. And now I'm going back and rereading Harry Potter as an adult. So last Sunday, I did finish Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I almost said Philosopher's Stone. If you're familiar with Harry Potter, you understand. But I'm not annotating my original copies just because I don't want to do that. I am annotating these books, but just in the newest print version that is literally 30% off at Target. So if you want them, go check out Target. So I am not going to be reading a Harry Potter book this Sunday, but next Sunday I will be starting Chamber of Secrets in August. And that will be my August book that I am reading. And it may take me more than a month. I don't know. It's however many chapters are in a book. I think that will take me probably 5 weeks to read. I think it's like 18 chapters, but I have been very much enjoying rereading Harry Potter. And yeah, sometimes I will read, if I don't reach 50 pages in a day, because I like to reach at least 50 pages in a day, I will just go and pick up whatever my Sunday book is and read 3 chapters of that. Now, if you are wondering, actually, going back to like the novels that I read, how I choose how many chapters I read a day, how many pages. So I like to finish, I recently changed this month to reading, I want to finish it in 5 days. So I take whatever number of chapters there are, and I think this was 15. So I read 3 chapters a day, and then I'll finish in 5 days. And if a book doesn't have chapters, we just divide the page number by 5, and that would be how many pages I read. As you can see, I have my 3 a day sticker. Now, if I was annotating, I would be writing notes on these sticky notes, but I annotate every other month for when I do book reviews, except for, like, as I said, except for my Sunday read, I do annotate that. So those are the books that I will be reading this weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and tell me down below in the comments which books you will be reading this weekend. Bye, guys. Bonus, if you stayed till the very end, it is my birth month of July, so now I will be having my Amazon wish list down below in the description box. Don't feel obligated to buy me any gifts, but it would be really awesome if y'all could. Thank you!